Success in the world of fashionable smells is even rarer. But Sophia Grojsman has created more top-selling perfumes than just about anyone. Her latest triumph, Champagne, is the celebrity at this sparkling party. Sophia is called a nose, which means an elite perfumer. She has a gift for mixing scents and an extraordinary memory of smells, a combination that has brought her to the top of her profession.
She liked it for a while.
Sophia works her magic at the International Flavors and Fragrances Organization.
Whatever you can find.
Companies that need a designer smell will often come here looking for just that right spark. Some of Sophia's creations, Eternity, Trésor, White Diamonds, have names that are relaxed and elegant. But the work is long and hard, an intuitive blend of art and science.
Now let's compound that and see what it looks like. Okay? Okay, I'm going to now take the formula and give to Cornelia to make. Cornelia, let's make that formula. We need at least 154.7 grams. I think it's inspiration and perspiration that makes you a good perfumer. And I think you have to experiment and experience things. You have to be aware of all people and smells around you. And a lot of this comes from childhood memories. When I was a little girl, I was actually surrounded with all grown-ups after the war, and my toys were the flowers, the field flowers that were growing in Belarus, where I was living at the time. And I was always fascinated with the flowers, so I used to take them apart and suck the honey and smell them and collect them and do all sorts of things with the flowers. And many times I returned to that and tried to kind of reproduce the effect, that floral effect that I remember loving it as a child, in the fragrances also. The last experiment is much better, it's working. But what we need to do is to make another fresher top note.
A perfumer is like an alchemist, producing new scents by combining liquefied forms of artificial and natural odors. Fine perfumes contain hundreds of smells. They will include the bewitching aromas of flowers and fruits, and heavier base scents like sandalwood and musk. Mixed together, these molecules somehow
reflection of our perceptions of what is appropriate in our society.
Sophia Grojsman lives in two worlds, the smell landscape that surrounds all of us and the new kingdom which she helps to create. She has just been asked to develop a male fragrance, something she's never done before. She specializes in dreaming up fragrances that make women more alluring, not men, and the artistic challenge will be demanding.
Well, making a men's fragrance is rather difficult for me because I am specializing in very feminine accords, floral, sensual accords, and in order to make a successful men's fragrance, it's got to be very powerful with all basically masculine accords, which is a little bit difficult and against my nature. Although I like a wonderful fragrance in a man, and some of them are very sexy and special, and you know, I will tune into that. But on the other hand, it is difficult because difficult for me to kind of transform myself into another area where I never tried to do anything yet.
Sophia and her assistant start testing combinations. They know their client will be highly critical. There's a colossal amount of money and prestige at stake. They begin their creation one drop at a time. In another part of IFF, drops run to gallons as already approved fragrances head for the mass market. And that market is vast, far larger than perfume alone. This factory panders to our paranoia about smells. Here they manufacture pine and lemon scents, flower and citrus, pleasant outdoor smells transformed into liquid chemicals for household cleaners, soaps, and air fresheners. We perfume everything that touches our lives.
Very good.
Oh, you could do this for
You didn't wash the hands before?
She doesn't wash. I can guarantee you she has washers.
That's good. Go for it.
Hours of research go into deciding how to make a product smell like it's doing its job. In a world where competing products all do the same thing, the right smell can mean millions in sales and profits.
So, Harold, what I'm trying to do here is get away from the traditional pine and citrus and go to a more spicy floral potpourri connotation. What do you think of that?
That wasn't bad, not bad. However, the spicy note, I think, was slightly overdone. If you can just cut back a little bit on that, I think that would be much better.
Okay. I mean, I think just adding a little freshness will work. I just hope it doesn't have too much of a food-like connotation.
It's a nice green note. I like it. It's a good body. A little heavy though.
I think this one to me is a little bit too sophisticated. Maybe if you can
It's a bit heavy in the floral.
right, freshen it up a little bit with some fruitiness,
Sure.
lighter, make lighter for the younger age group. It would be perfect. But it has nice strength.
A bit too sophisticated.
See what I mean? I think the pine is a little bit too harsh. I think it's a little bit strong. So I was thinking that if you can sort of cut down on the pine, it would be a lot better that way.
Well, if I cut down on the pine, Harold, I'm going to lose the strength. So what I'll try and do, I'll try and cover it up with some soft floralcy.
Okay.
Maybe a fruity note, like...
I think the fruitiness, though, if it starts getting a little bit too sweet, you might lose that concept of cleanliness.
Okay.
So I would prefer not to go in the fruity direction.
Okay, but how about a citrus fruity?
That might not be a bad idea,
Okay.
yeah. But let's try the floralcy first, and then maybe a little bit of the citrus note.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Creating pleasant scents for profit far outdates the chemistry of modern smell making. That quest has been continuing for millennia, and in many ways,
Perfumes men tend to make more than women. And that raises some very interesting questions for the designer perfumes.
Gloria is making it right now.
And then we'll put it on skin.
Yes, we
Okay.
should put it on the skin.
And I want to compare it against.
of course, if the smell business were all a matter of molecular chemistry, the formula for success would be simple. Sophia Grojsman would just add a pheromone to her new male fragrance, and voila, love zombies. No one has managed to bottle human musks and pheromones, despite all we know about the fine aphrodisia of animal secretions. And in their pure form, animal notes smell ferociously foul, so a skilled perfumer will always be needed as a master juggler of smells.
Doesn't like John Moore that much.
Does he love this one?
No, he just gave it to me to show me because she had said about it being a new gay.
But in the smell business, scent judgments are highly personal, and the client for Sophia's new male fragrance will be the final judge of her formula's appeal.
I like the warmth of it. I think that it's starting to come together much better.
It's less of those traditional notes as
Yes.
well.
Well, it doesn't smell traditional at all, actually.
Anne Gottlieb, a noted nose herself, is representing the client. She knows Sophia well, and despite the friendly banter, will ultimately recommend Sophia's scent or reject it.
This is a happy fragrance. It really is. Smell it in comparison to this, because I don't think that this is any more masculine. This just has this pitch that we're looking to build into your submission.
Gottlieb is not satisfied.
There's also a little bit more depth, I think. You know what, Soph? Let's look at it on a men's skin. Maybe you're responding to it because of Tammy's skin. Let's look at it on Nicholas's skin.
It's possible.
Okay?
I'm looking at Tammy. I cannot think men's
Right,
fragrances.
so let's look at it on Nicholas's skin.
That's right.
Is that okay? Are you clean? Yes?
Today.
Do you have clean skin?
Yes.
Good, okay.
Which one should I try?
Let's just try this one.
Sophia's,
This one?
yeah, that one.
I always love smelling on men's skin because the hairs tickle my nose.
Yes, exactly.
Try it
Makes
here
the
and
dew drop,
see if
you know.
that's better. Is it very different than the dry down? Do you smell the difference? Even though this is really newer, it's not different enough. It's still not enough of a pitch coming through. And I really think that you need to go back and play with that top note some more.
Yes, yes. Maybe I have to increase the body part first and then look for another dimension.
What's our deadline? When do we need
We
to?
really are
Yes.
in a hurry for this. How soon do you think that you can have modifications?
I'll try my best.
Sophia must try again. This is not uncommon. Perfumes rarely succeed on the first try. But now the pressure is on.
You mean you're not working Saturday?
Sometimes.
Only
What do
until
you
4.
think? Well, we'll all have the fragrances for the weekend.
Right.
Today's Friday. We'll have them
Okay.
for the weekend.
Right.
We'll reconvene on Monday with new with your comments.
Okay.
I'm
think that we
knowing
should meet
Sophia, she will
Monday?
continue to work.
I'm sure. Do you want
all
to meet? Do you
weekend.
think we should meet Monday?
Oh, I think it should be
Yes?
Monday afternoon, maybe.
Okay.
So we have an opportunity
2:30, would
to
that be
work in the
okay?
morning.
Is that okay?
2:30 is good.
2:30 is great. Soph, you around? You okay?
Yes?
I don't
2:30.
have any appointments on Monday.
Good.
Okay,
I'm
2:30.
always
Now. You do now.
So 2:30 and Gottlieb.
Great.
Fragrance for men is not a problem in a society permeated by it.